Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. This project is some Coven All Any and we're a vampire, which is a bit unusual. I don't normally like vamps, but this is a completely different one from me because I'm actually doing this game in post-record. I've already finished it and all of my audio crashed, and my in-game audio is so terrible when I'm playing back these, so I'll have to fix that later. So I am Marky, the solo vampire. Always difficult stuff when you're a solo vampire, and just always remember that Jarscory is always evil. Because they always are. Although, to be fair, I have more issues with Sam Barris at this moment. So, who we got here? Lots of day one talking. Nothing really of interest there. So, I take a bite on Smith. 10. If you've watched any of my previous stuff, you know I like to target 10 straight away. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. What do I go for as a mighty vampire? It's always a difficult question to go for. I mean, you can technically go for any role claim that you want. I personally like to claim spy or something like that as vampire, just to completely shake it up. I did look at biting Lily as well, but if I'm honest with you, I like to look at Smith, but I can't remember what I went for in the end as a claim, but that's a day one talking. We got a bite off on Smith, which is a good start. Ethernet was also found dead. What was Ethernet? I cannot remember. They didn't really survive very long. Let's find out here. Was killed by Mafia. So we know there's at least one Mafia running around. Which, I don't know if you actually need one Mafia. Ooh, Crusader down. John Lakerman. Why would you be on John Lakerman? I don't know. Literally, if I'm a Crusader, I normally like to go, to be fair, he was on one, which is the sort of thing I do as Crusader, so let's see. Boss Crusader. I was roll blocked by Jarscory. Thank God one of the escorts knows what they're doing. Got a claim 12. Now I immediately start pushing on 12. So why are some of these names so difficult? Corey Gill. Smith was claiming that they was meh. What a night one bite. I'm not going to answer that as much as I want to. The problem is you've got to seem like you're not connected to anyone else. A psychic claim comes out, which I completely missed the first time. John Lakerman 1, Jarscory 12. Well, Jarscory is obviously evil, but we already know that. Makoto. You can tell I always have trouble with these names. So I go with an invest claim in the end, because there is enough room to go with an invest claim. And as you always do, if you're an evil trying to fake invest, you always confirm your own faction. So I immediately put down Smith, who was previously mayor and is now faking survivor. Roll please. Roll from Morky. So we got Marky and Morky. So lots of day talkings. Not really anything of interest. Down is so passive. They are extremely passive. So the Vampire and Medusa Psychic, which is the default claim for that. Now I stay, well, of course you've always got to be careful of vampire hunters. Now interestingly enough, 10 are, I like the fact that the other vamp is faking that there was more than one vamp. And I jump on this. And of course I do get sweary. The idea is to cause as much trouble for any particular vampire hunter that's running around. Although, whether or not there is a vampire hunter, we don't know yet. 3 dead. We look at John Willard, Marshmallow, and thank God the people with the names I keep butchering are dead. I can say that right now. That's always a good thing. Killed by Trapper. So there is a Trapper running around. Not sure who the Trap is on. Probably, if I had to guess, Trap will probably be on the Psychic claim, which is 2. Mafioso down. John Willard has yeeted himself out of existence, but that was the Trapper dead, shot by Vidge. I don't know what the Vidge was thinking with that shot. I don't know if they said anything earlier on, but I'll have to go back and look again, because I did see him talk. I would have shot 12. Now, interestingly enough, I do something very clever here. I don't know who the Vidge is, but I think that I know who the Vidge is. Because there's always a chance, if you're a dying Vidge, that Mafia or some sort of other evil can attack you. And it's one of those things you want to keep. Ooh, second Trapper. I didn't even realise there was 2 Trappers. Feels bad for Vidge. Jarscory is getting roadblocked to hell. 3 that said that they attacked 1 on night 1, but they were either too strong or protected. Just saying. Well, 3... Well, we're not sure what 1 is yet. We have the original escort claim, who rollblocked Charles Corey, and was also attempted to rollblock. So, I don't know why you'd attempt to rollblock a psychic claim, in case you're thinking they're an evil faking psychic, but... What's a consort escort? Can you please stop rollblocking me? Now the thing is, I don't like, I'm going to call them by numbers, 6 at the moment, because they're trying to get the Vigi to come out. There is no reason for a Vigi to come out in that situation. Now I initiate a push on 5, but I then jump on to the push on 1, I think. Yes, I do. Do I not? I can never remember. That's always a problem. I've got very short-term memory loss. I do eventually push up 1. It's one of those things, you want to try and push up on somebody that's not your faction as late as possible, so they've got less time to rotate onto somebody else. So I whisper 6 here, saying that they don't know who the Vigi is, and there's always the possibility that the Vigi could be attacked. And that's actually probably the best thing to do in those situations, because you don't want to end up losing one of your faction, but you also don't want to end up losing the Vigi. And, well, the Vigi's dead anyway. There's nothing you can do to save the Vigilante, unless, of course, Vamps bite him, which is an interesting thing. I don't know why you're asking for the Vig. I'm not going to tell you. Why should I tell you? The fact is, the only people who would want to know who the Vigilante is are evils that don't want to waste their night attacking them. I mean, if I'm a lookout and I'm on the Vig and they die, it doesn't matter to me. Loopy is saying, don't kill me, please. This is a fake Jester claim. So, Hexmaster is out. Didn't 6 claim roll blocked? Because 6 is one of our 2 escort claims. We do have 2 escorts, supposedly. We are voting to bite Hay. I don't know why we went for that in the end. I would have probably... I can understand not going for the psychic claim. But, to be fair... You're probably better off going for that and going for the confirmed bite. Because this was escort 2. So I write down that I'm not revealing Vig, knowing full well I can put down who the actual Vig is when they die tonight. Charles Corey. Now I know at this point Charles Corey is probably an evil. The question is what sort of evil do I want to say they are? So we get a successful bite off on Hay. So that's 3 Vamps in our cult. So Vamps. Now I then put down that it's Loopy, because I'm not going to reveal that information. 6 is dead, one of our escorts, who decided not to rollblock 12. The one night they don't decide to rollblock, well, Giles Gory. And I sort of let it out of the bag that we then initiate the push on 12. So Hexmaster is out. I'm still looking at that. I really don't. It's really odd when I'm actually watching this game back with no audio. And this is the Vig that died. Not sure what your shooting was there. So let's have a quick look. Heard you the only one who didn't claim. To be fair, 12 didn't claim. I would have probably shot 12. No point. So 12 comes out as a very late psychic claim. So I initiate a push on this because I know this is scum as hell. But they've added the added benefit of doing this as an invest is I can, well, in an all any games, I can literally claim my target could be doused. But either way, at the moment, I'm initiating the push on 12. Because at this point, I don't care if this is psychic or not. I want this guy out of the game. He's a threat. And the thing is, we're very close to a vampire majority at this point, so... So, are you going to come clean or nah? Because I know 12 is definitely not down at this point. You're very, very late and you never claim psychic at any point in the game. So this goes up as quick as possible. Myself, Lily, Morky, Smith, and the two other vamps. It's possible he's doused, because that is always an actual possibility. But this poor guy had an absolute mare of a game. Well blocked by 2 different escorts. Because there is 2 different escorts. One was Hay, before they were bitten. And the other one is actually dead. That's just Possibilities doubts, but I don't buy this. You never trust the Giles Corey. I don't know if it's something in the game with Giles Corey always being evil, but he is always pretty much evil. So you can always initiate a push on that. You never trust psychic claims because psychic claims are never confirmed. But we shall now vote on Giles Corey. Giles Corey gets voted off for 5-0. And another successful, and yeets himself out of existence at the same time. Because he's definitely not 10 at this point. Goodbye, Giles Corey. It's been nice knowing you. And that was Mafioso. Poor Mafioso didn't do anything in the entire game. So I now have to try and cover my own back here because I claimed they were BGTF Arso Crusader despite the fact they were actually Mafioso. So it now also gets a little bit paranoid because they don't know there's vamps running around at this point. You must wait a day to bite a new victim. So vamps are doing pretty well in this situation actually. Hayes just going, why? Because, well, we know you're escort and you're going to be a bigger threat mid to late game. Now I'm dead. You're not dead. We'll cover for you. There's two of us. We can literally cover. And we get another bite off tonight, so that's, well, tomorrow night anyway. But I claim serve. At this point, there is very unlikely to be a vamp hunter. One of the vamp hunters would have probably killed one of us but at this point. So let's find out what happens in this daytime. No dead. We could very well be the last faction still in play here. So I'm trying to work out who do I believe is our last possible evil. BGF. Also Crusader. This actually came out as a really good thing because he actually did claim Crusader. I robbed lot 15. I wasn't attacked as far as I know. The interesting thing is that there's certain things, arsonist, plague bearer and that don't show as an attack to the actual victim. Which is why a Crusader will attack somebody attacking your target and protect them. So I literally just buy this claim. Whether or not that is Crusader or not, I'm not really sure at the moment, but we've got no reason to push it right now, and we can always buy it later. So, vamps initiate a push on Lola. I jump in on that at the last minute, like a typical Godfather would. Yeah, because Godfather tends to vote last minute, if I'm honest with you. But Lola goes up. Is Lola going to claim anything? Is what I do know. So here's the thing, I'm open as a confirmed, well, almost confirmed invest at this point. So I literally just let Morky know that Smith is, well, is Survivor, or was Survivor, should I say, because they did claim Survivor at some point. What about 2? I don't know about 2 at the moment. Because I completely forgot about 2 being psychic, which... That's the sort of person you want to check. You want to check psychic claims, but you always want to check psychic claims after TP and that are dead because you're much more likely to just trigger a TP off and they're just going to get angry with you and try and murder you because that's how it works. So goodbye Lola, which hits tonight. Please don't be on them. Which is the logical thing. It's a logical thing you would say to a Crusader. That's Plague Bearer dead. And Vamps have a good strong majority at this point. So the game's pretty much over. I put forward... Well, actually, our escort puts forward the Crusader claim to be bitten, which, to be fair, 14 has helped us, we helped them. I didn't like the psychic claim, and I didn't like Lily, who didn't speak at all. So, here's the thing. There was calls that there was a Coven leader at some point. I believe it was Morky that called out a Coven leader. So at this point I could literally say 2 is anything because should have that majority if we can get the bite off on 14. And I can claim Roblox, Morky is now one of our vampires and we have majority. A pretty solid majority at this point. And this game is just literally a case of just lynching and killing at this point. Apparently 5 is a vampire. Well, that is interesting. Going to the dead. Well, I was Robloxed. So they were legit. Interestingly enough, Smith screws up a little bit by claiming they were role blocked as well, but at this point it doesn't matter. Although, to be fair, you could also claim there was a retributionist. We knew 5 was escort at some point. 2's being asked for their role by Morky, our newly converted Crusader vamp. And, well, 2 did claim Psychic. Now, because nothing is ever confirmed in All Any, I always like to go and say, I believe there was some sort of psychic claim. The vamp just decided they've had enough and just take control. Which is always, in this situation, I think the game should just be instantly over because the faction has already won. There is no way of town pulling this back. You're 100% on vamps, so I literally just try and cause all sorts of trouble at this point. The game's over. Legitimately, there is no point in this game going on. But that's how Town Salem works sometimes. I know it's 6 who said 5 was vamp. What was 6 in the end? 6 was the other escort claim. Which is interesting because the escort actually did claim they were robbed on night 1. In which case that escort would have probably been, well, what they were. I still think the idea that there is an arso running around. At this point, vamps have won. It's game over. And literally at this point, the game should have ended 2 days ago. But for some reason, Town Salem likes to keep games like this going. Yep, we now have a vamp majority. And that was legit psychic. Wasn't really that active as a psychic. But the problem is with psychic, it's a really difficult role to play well. And it's a very easy role to fake. Because especially in All Any, where everyone is evil. So 4 is arso. Even though we know that they're not arso because there was no arso. And we bite Lily to finish the game. And I never know what to think about vamp games because for me vamps need a little bit more of a tweak and just be a bit more fun. Because the problem is vamps just all, there's no defense, there's just no real personality to any of the role vamps. And I do think vamps need a complete overhaul. If you actually completely overhaul it and do it as like a separate faction like the Coven were, I think it would end up being a far more interesting role to play. But Smith was mayor. The fact we'd managed to get a bite off on the mayor early was just a pure bit of luck. But we'll take a little bit of luck. Lily is down and that is game. What an interesting little game that ended up being. They didn't even suspect vamps until the very end. Goodbye, medium. You were a legit medium. But yeah, it's a very town-static list with a 3-man mafia. I think there was only 1 coven in the end. And a plague bearer who, quite frankly, didn't know how to play the role. Which, I understand if you're new to the role, but vamp wins. Yes, and everyone trusted my invest claim. But yeah, it's one of those things. It was a very town-heavy role list, actually, which allowed vamps to really take advantage of it. So here should be your roll list. We are up to win number 968. So here's your roll list. Take care and have a good one.